Hello and welcome to Prime News. Now look at the headlines. Parrikar himself violated his own MOI policy, agreed to consider English primary school by Diocesan Society just a day before resigning as Goa CM. Minority MLAs submit memorandum to CM, say CM assured to resolve issues related to Diocesan Society. MLAs Glenn, Cabral, Carlos stay away. PDA to open ODP for Taligaon and Mapsa. Opposition MLAs NGOs oppose the move. Revision under which provision, questions Digambar. Brutal accident at Boma. Bolero drags and crushes a teenager. Vrinda Naik dies on the spot. Villagers agitated blame Bolero driver. And Norway hold Germany to a draw at FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada. Debut in Thailand score first victory at World Cup. And now the news in detail. Manohar Parrikar acted against the MOI policy framed by his own cabinet, and he did it just a day before resigning as Chief Minister of Goa. Parrikar-led government had decided not to allow more English primary schools in the state. But just a day before leaving for Delhi as Defence Minister, Parrikar himself forwarded Diocesan Society's file asking for permissions to start English medium primary school. Parrikar remarked on file stating for consideration. Surprisingly, it was signed on the day it was moved with utmost urgency.
See, administrative difficulties sometimes or democratic difficulties sometimes puts restriction on your policy implementation. This is restriction, I agree with it. हांवें खंय ना म्हणूच ना न्ही तें. हांव जर तूं डिक्टेटर आशिल्लो provided I would have bulldoze into Kokni Marathi.
At around 1.5 years back, Parrikar-led government has decided not to allow more English medium primary schools in the state while declaring its MOI policy. But Parrikar himself violated and battered his own made rule. Parrikar on 7th November, just 12 hours before tendering his resignation as CM of Goa, forwarded application of diocesan for a new English primary school at Morji. The then CM made his last U-turn before leaving for Delhi to take over as Defence Minister. Look at this document. Look at Parrikar's remark. It says, to be taken for consideration. On the same day, on 7 November, there were more such applications from Diocesan Society asking permission to start higher secondary at Usgaon, Kankon, Bicholi and Pedne. Parrikar moved the files pertaining to Kankon, Bicholi and Pedne with his remark, for consideration. Most importantly, Parrikar-led government had taken the decision of not allowing English primary school in the state. But Parrikar's remarks on diocesan files contradict with his own government decision. Now look at the timing of the file. Diocesan applies on 7 November 2014. Manohar Parrikar signs and puts his remark on the file dated 7 November 2014 on the same day. Next day, on 8 November, Manohar Parrikar resigns as Chief Minister of Goa. Lakshmikant Parsekar takes over as new CM on the same day and rejects the file which had for consideration remarks of Parrikar. Now let's shift to the applicants. St. Joseph Vaz English Primary School from Morji had applied on 7 November 2014. Education Department rejected the file on 6 February 2015. The reason behind rejection was cited as the rules framed by Parrikar-led government in the new MOI policy. No permission for new English medium primary schools. Later, Diocesan Society again applied on 24th February and appealed the CM to rethink on his decision. When nothing materialized, Diocesan again applied, this time for Kokni Medium Primary School. Application was submitted on 3rd June 2015. When every move failed, Diocesan Education Society formed a pressure group of minority MLAs. This pressure group has demanded that government should grant permissions for 9 primary, secondary and higher secondary schools. Parrikar, when he was CM, had said administrative and democratic compulsions sometimes make it difficult to implement policy. Parrikar had said this while declaring the MOI policy. Most probably, Parrikar was in the same mindset while placing his remark in Diocesan file. But the new Chief Minister is not ready to band down and batter the rules, regulations and law by the government in MOI policy. Bureau Report, Prudent.
Chief Minister has assured to resolve the issues raised by Diocesan Society and minority MLAs regarding the new higher secondary and primary school. Interestingly, MLA Glenn Tiklo, Nilesh Cabral and Carlos Almeida haven't signed the crucial memorandum. CM will meet the officials in this week and has assured to come up with a solution. BJP MLAs Alina Saldana and Michael Lobo informed this to media after their meeting with the CM. They have submitted the memorandum signed by 5 BJP and 2 Congress MLAs.
The memorandum to the Honorable Chief Minister. The Chief Minister has promised to look into all the issues and do what is possible as quickly as possible. With respect to higher secondary, new higher secondary. Then one issue was pertaining to a school in his constituency, which is also being looked into. It was decided unanimously at the meeting held with the Diocesan Society of Education that we would meet the Honorable Chief Minister. It was agreed by all.
So has the Chief Minister justified the delay to you know? Why the delay has
No, delay means he was actually finding out whether these higher secondaries are really required, because there are more higher secondaries within the vicinity. Honorable Chief Minister said that he will look into this positively.
Is there a time frame you have asked?
He said in this week he will speak to his all the people who are required, the Director of Education and everybody else, to see which ones he can give first.
These are the demands of minority MLAs and Diocesan Education Society. BSc B.Ed at Carmel College at Nuwe. Higher Secondary at Usgaon, Bicholi, Chaudi Kankon and at Perne. 5th Standard at Serauli. 6th Standard at Bhatpal. Standard 1st at Vithaldas Wado at Morji. Grants to D.Ed at Institute at Nirmala Panji. Though ruling minority MLAs have taken this lead, 3 of the MLAs from minority group did not sign the crucial memorandum. They are Glenn Tiklo, Nilesh Cabral and Carlos Almeida. Sources claim that these 3 MLAs were constantly pressurized and persuaded to sign the memorandum, but they somehow evaded signing it. Following are the MLAs who have signed the memorandum. Movin and Alex Reginald Lawrence are the only Congress MLAs to sign the memorandum. 7 MLAs who signed the memorandum: Alina Saldana, Abertan Furtado, Michael Lobo, Movin Gudino, Caetano Silva, Benjamin Silva and Alex Reginald Lawrence. Meanwhile, Pradesh Congress has opted to be mum on this issue. GPCC President has his own reason for the same.
I am not in touch with them. This is one part. And what are the grievances also, I am not in touch. Last time, everybody were against Congress. They supported these MLAs. So they have got every right to ask their MLAs whom they have supported. I mean, it's a accountability and it's a transparency. So I don't want to comment. My straight away reply, I am not in touch with them. And I don't want to take up issues only on one community at the cost of other community, because Congress party is secular.
Senior reporter Laukik Shilkar and video journalist Omkar Farari for Prudent.
Social activists has objected to government's decision to open the outline development plans for Talegaon and Mapsa. On Monday, North Goa Planning Development Authority will open Talegaon and Mapsa ODPs for revision. Activists and opposition MLAs suspect illegalities behind opening of ODPs. They allege that to support illegalities, government is opening plans without any specification. Digambar Kamath has questioned under which provision the revision is authorized. North Goa Planning Development will issue order on Monday.
Now I do not know under which provisions of law these things are done. Under the Town Planning Act, ODP is prepared for a particular period. And if that period gets over, then you throw that ODP open, prepare a draft ODP, throw it open, call objections, suggestions and prepare the new ODP. I do not know whether there is any provision for rectification of the ODP. What purpose is going to be served by suddenly reopening opening the ODPs in between for rectification? I have not yet understood.
Before any plan is opened up, there has to be guidelines. Now over here they have not stated, they've just said corrections. Corrections for whom? and what are the guidelines for corrections. So it looks like that the government is in a hurry to sanction conversions and do illegal things, because by next year or so in 17 the elections are due. So whichever government is in power in the last year, that is after the third year, fourth year, we always see this kind of illegal work.
Now these minor changes are permissible in terms of section 39 and 39(1) and 39(3) of the Act. Now they have to spell out what changes, what alterations they want to carry out to the ODP. Now that has not been spelled out. Secondly, the government can also carry out minor changes of typographical nature or cartographical errors or omissions. Now it is not the case that the government is going out for minor changes. From what it looks like, the government is going for major changes under the guise of minor changes. To my mind, such a change as contemplated by the government shall be a fraud if under the guise of minor, major changes are carried out.
Vrinda Naik, student of 11th standard, died in an accident at Boma. She was a resident of Boma. Vrinda died after Bolero dashed her while she was crossing the road. Sources say that she was dragged several meters and died on the spot. Situation was tensed at the spot as the crowd blamed the Bolero driver. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.